Today in EFL, this is a big movement which is going on. This movement will also spread to the rest of the country. That is what is important. And when we met, some people in the morning, we were going to be sympathetic to your problem. I told them, you don't want to get sympathy. It is our right. It is our demand that rustication of the three students should be revoked immediately. All the people who are sitting there, we followed rules, we followed statute. I said, what are you talking about a statute? You don't even give an opportunity for them to appear before your committee. And then you take a decision. And you say you are following a statute, we are following acts of this university. We are all educated. And then, Dr Ambedkar has given us that kind of empowerment. And we must continue to use him as our guide, mentor, philosopher. And every school, every college, every university today, there is a need for teaching, Dr B R Ambedkar's ideology. Because there is enormous amount of suppression going on in this country. And we cannot tolerate, this kind of suppression. This incident which has taken place in this university is not in isolation. There is a context to it. The context because they do not want any kind of an assertion of us. They want us to request, they want us to appeal to them. And why should we request anyone? This is a public university. The government of India has established these universities so that first generation learners will come. So that certain OBCs can come. They do not want this kind of an assertion of us because we are asserting day in and day out. They do not want our voice to be heard. There are several professors in this university who are saying, after the Dalits and after the backward classes have come, the quality has come down, merit has come down. I say, merit my foot. Are the only people they are having merit? Are we not having merit? We understand society. We know the reality of this country. We come from grassroots area. We know what suppression is. We know what discrimination is. We know how our human rights and civil liberties have been violated in this country. And we are the better persons. And I'm happy that there was a massive response to all our activity this morning. So many students from several universities have come up. And I was also part of the delegation in the morning. They were trying to vacillate. They are trying to vacillate. We know who is governing this university. Governance is zero in this university. Governance is zero in this university. So we will continue to fight. I only hope they will take a decision by this evening. If they do not take a decision, all of you should know, this coordination committee is meeting tomorrow in Arts College at 10:30. We are going to evolve a bigger plan. And we definitely want all your support. You are already extending support from all over the Telangana region. All central universities, all state universities should come together. And EFL should send a message. We will not tolerate any kind of an oppression. We will not tolerate any kind of a discrimination. We will not tolerate any kind of a suppression.
Sir, on
and I know not only in terms of
this. On statue inauguration.
Yeah. So I'm very, very happy that this statue has been inaugurated, and I hope that this statue should become bigger. It should be there in the center point of this university. All universities, in fact, if they have got any wisdom in them, they need to install statues of Dr B R Ambedkar. Ambedkar was not a small scholar. He's an outstanding scholar. He's got 2 PhDs way back 60, 70 years ago. And if he's not an icon for us, if he's not a symbol for us, and there is a need in all textbooks, in all colleges, and all universities, we need to study Ambedkar's philosophy. Ambedkar is the only scholar in this country who wrote on economics, who wrote on philosophy, who wrote on science, who wrote on every aspect of life. And he is our symbol. And today, we are in a position to so confidently talk. It's only because of Dr B R Ambedkar. I wouldn't have been in a university if we did not follow Ambedkar's philosophy and ideology. Where do we get our strength from? We are getting our strength from our father figure who has guided this university. And the discrimination has been continuing. In fact, Dr B R Ambedkar should have been the first Prime Minister of this country. What was the educational qualification of others? There was already a person with 2 PhDs who came to India, wrote the Indian Constitution, one of the finest constitutions in the world. Dr B R Ambedkar has given. But unfortunately, every word which is there in this constitution is violated in this country. And that is what is happening in this university. We do not have the freedom to speak. We do not have the freedom to assemble. We do not have the freedom to protest. We do not have the freedom to association. What a tragedy in this country. What's the tragedy in this country? Very rightly said, we are going to be having some kind of a freedom, only political right. But India will go through contradiction. Look at his vision. When he said it 70 years ago, that India will go through this kind of a contradiction. In terms of political right, we will not have the social right, educational right, and economic right. And that's a reality. And we are in a position to see that. In terms of what Dr. Ambedkar has said. What a great visionary he was. How did he visualize? This country is not going to have that kind of equality, social equality, economic equality, and educational equality. And we are seeing that kind of equality is not there in this country. I'm happy that you have inaugurated Dr. B R Ambedkar's statue, and I hope all of us will fight so that at the entrance of this university we need to have Ambedkar statue. If they do not do it, we will fight and we will ourselves install the statue. If an outstanding scholar like that, an academic like that, if his statue is not going to be the university, where else it is going to be there? It is our basic right, fundamental right. We decide where his statue should be there. I thank all of you. We have been struggling, for the last 5 days. We'll continue to have our struggle, continue to wage a battle. We are not just simply fighting for revocation of rustication of 3 students. I'm sure anyway that will happen. But our fight is much, much bigger. Our fight is much, much bigger. We are fighting for millions and millions of students who are colleges and universities who are facing the same plight: oppression, discrimination, suppression, not being allowed to study. They're committing suicides. If you look at the data in this country, whether IITs, IIMs, central universities, every student who is committing a suicide belongs to a scheduled caste or a scheduled tribe, because they are going to enormous amount of psychological pressure because of the discrimination of the faculty. So, a big university like this, a leading university like this, should create a path. Paths are not made. Ambedkar created a path for all of us, and it is our responsibility now to create a path for billions and billions of students, so that we will inculcate that kind of a confidence in them. That is where I think our role is continuing. That's why we are participating. Our struggle in terms of revocation is a smaller issue. But we want institutions to function democratically. We want more and more OBCs, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, women, minorities to come into these kind of universities, because these universities are meant for us. As Ambedkar has said, education is meant for empowerment and emancipation and liberation. And what do we see today? Where is emancipation? Where is liberation? In the name of, there is no question of any emancipation. Ambedkar said the education, purpose of education is for liberation and emancipation of mind, empowerment of people. There is no emancipation, liberation. They are suppressing us. Because today, this incident which has taken place in university is not in isolation, because they belong to the most deprived section. They do not want our voice. They don't want our assertion. They do not want our assertion. I know several people have been talking to this university. Vishweshwar Rao, why are you going there? You have not heard the other side of the story. You know those students, they are so problematic. So problematic. They are asserting their rights. They don't want us to assert our rights. I know several of them, colleagues here. I have recruited them. When I talked to them, I said, why are you supporting this cause? We should not support this cause because they are problematic students. In other words, they don't want our assertion, and we will continue to assert. We will continue to fight for our rights. What has happened in this university should set an example for 560 or 600 universities in India. That is our role. And I hope you will continue to fight. I assure you that all of us are with you in this struggle for liberation, in the struggle for emancipation and oppression. And I'm happy that you have taken a decision to have Ambedkar statue, and then let us only hope in the next couple of months we will have a bigger statue of Dr. Ambedkar, so that every day we can look at him and get inspired, get motivated, so that we can lead the life which Dr. B R Ambedkar has led. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.